Well, here we are. After journeying through the forest, saving an animal in need, and stumbling across these ancient elven ruins, we're now face to face with our quarry. Dreamer did his best and tried to reason with it, but even though I can't understand what they're saying, I can see the look in that creature's eyes. That it's either going to be it or us, and I'll be damned if it's us. It's time to put this monster down on today's short quest, long rest.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Short Quest, Long Rest, and maybe the end of the team? We'll see how this goes.
Thanks.
Big ass moose ain't
We're
shit.
gonna kick some moose caboose.
There you go.
Last session, you guys actually saved some moose caboose after
Exactly.
being given the task to head into the Lonelywood and hunt down the dread white moose that has been bothering the town and killing foresters. In exchange, receiving the title to a abandoned inn in town.
Definitely haunted.
Turning it, absolutely not haunted. The place is in perfect order. I don't know why no one's using it. Why they just make it storage now.
Yep.
But in trying to find this creature's lair, you initially stumbled across a moose, not the white moose, being hunted by a pack of wolves. Miraculously, you were able to drive off the wolf pack and even interrogate them some, ultimately before letting the survivors flee into the forest. Moose gave you some warning words with which to part, and you proceeded deeper into these woods. It's taken several hours of trekking, for you encountered what appears to be an elven rune of some kind. A temple, a crypt, something is built here into the hillside. There are signs of ancient stonework about worn by wind and rain and snow. And in the center of a large courtyard, mysteriously kept clear of snow and ice, as if the ground underfoot is warmed, you find yourself standing in the middle of a moon dial, this very large glass-like wedge, standing vertically, about 20 feet high, moonlight able to pierce through it and cast the shadow of this structure onto one of 8 separate symbols of the moon in different phases, the significance of which we have not yet explored. As you prepare to head into the structure through a broken wall that you see on its western face, a white shadow comes clipping and clopping out of the darkness beyond. A massive moose, easily standing 16 feet high at the shoulder, looms over you, knobby knees and blood-stained coat, betraying it for the dread moose you've been sent to hunt. It briefly paused in its attack to interrogate you on your presence, to try and drive you off. But as you insist on preventing its attacks on the town of Lonelywood, we're about to launch into combat. Initiative has already been rolled, and I'm gonna get a music track going here.
Wait, did I...
Can we do All-Star?
If that...
Somebody once told me.
Somebody was also casting a spell before combat happened.
Oh, yep.
Yes, we did have Bless cast.
I'll recast that now.
So, we have Tavini, Dreamer, Rian, and Krellick all with Bless cast upon themselves.
I'm a
We
blessed
begin
boy.
combat with Speedy Felgren.
Oh crap, I go first?
Yep. And you're currently You've got about 5 feet of this angled glass structure in front of you, blocking any spells you might throw, but if you head to your north a bit, you can fire around it.
And remember, each square is 10 feet, so...
Well,
So that boy's actually really far away.
I can tell you what. I'm not attacking it first.
Nah. That's understandable.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. So...
No opening salvos?
No. Mm-mm.
He doesn't want to draw its attention.
It's a hard pass.
It's got a whole wall of us to get through before
Hard
it gets to you. You're fine.
Pass. But thanks.
You're welcome.
So... But I'll tell you what I will do. He's gonna twin a spell.
Okay.
And... It's gonna be that spell. He's gonna be...
A twin haste.
Double haste?
Twinning haste on Rian and Krellick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck yes.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right.
Um,
Then at the end of your turn,
sprinkle you guys
Lucy
with some...
is going to
some pixie
move
dust.
20 feet to get into better position for a charge around Krellick.
I'm a little bit off to the side. I feel moderately safe.
Yeah, I think it can charge through us. I think that's what it's doing.
probably-
Like, through all of us.
Probably.
Rian, what are you doing on your turn?
Okay, Rian is going to... Does it look like it's getting ready for a charge? Like it's moving around, like stomping, flipping its hooves and stuff?
Pawing at the ground.
As big as it is deceptively fast, and it's not yet pawing at the stone ready for a charge, but you see it sort of tossing those antlers as if considering who to charge for.
Gotcha. So, yeah, well then Rian's going to step over here next to Krellick, and he's pulling his swords, and he's going to town.
All right.
Stabby
Yep.
town.
Yep, he's got his long sword and his
Short
Dragon
sword.
Slayer short sword. So yeah, so long sword, first swing. And what do I... So haste gives me an extra attack, right? An extra action?
Yep.
Correct.
Nice. I get to play like a fighter for once. Okay, first off, here we go. This is what sets the tone for the night. Attack. 16.
Yeah, it connects.
Hey, all
I
right.
did it.
You
I
did it.
did do it. Yep. Not versatile damage, though. One-handed. And since I'm doing that, I'm also going to throw out a booming blade on this bad devil. So normal damage. Nice. Max damage. 10 points with a booming blade coming up inside of it.
Nice.
Jeez Louise.
Oh!
Beautifully done.
Wait a minute. Why did I do...
Because it
Oh,
rolled
the d8's for the next one.
You're at 5th level, so it's the 2d8. So, and then the 1d8 is just sitting there for the next hit.
The 1d8's on
So-
the hit.
The 1d8's on the hit. The 2d8's what's sitting on the move.
Ah.
Yeah, so I only get the 1d8 on that one, but that's still awesome. So there's 13 just waiting for if that guy tries to move out of that square. So, fantastic. Good luck charging, bitch.
Don't
so
taunt the moose.
Sorry, I can't help myself. I'm excited. Okay, so yeah, that would be 18 points of damage for the first little salvo, and that's just my first hit, baby. Coming the Dragon
All
Slayer
right.
short sword, blap and blap. 12.
A 12 does not hit.
Okay, no worries. And then back to the long sword. Damn, same thing. 11. Ugh.
Nope.
Okay, well, hey, I'm really excited about that first hit. That's like the most damage I've ever done in this whole thing, so give me
feels
this
good.
just for a second. Exactly. Just give me a second, Krellick. You do that in one hit. My whole salvo does that, so...
You did good.
No. Aw,
So
thanks.
it is currently... Here, we'll call that Booming Blade for now, just so I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In retaliation against you for striking it, it's going to use its second legendary action, and it is going to make an attack against you with its hooves.
Okay.
Goodbye, my friend.
Your AC is increased by 2, so remember that detail.
My AC is increased by 2?
Yeah, by haste.
Yep, because you have haste.
Oh, nice.
Rolls a 19.
1 second. I gotta do my math real fast. I Oh, it hits me either way.
I
Yeah,
was
it
gonna
hits
say
me.
just add 2.
Well, I have my 2 swords out, which adds an extra
Okay.
1, which puts me exactly 19 AC right now with that.
All
Okay.
right. So you take
So,
9 points of bludgeoning,
Okay. I can take it. I don't really have a choice, but
and that is now Krelik's turn.
Alright, Krellik's gonna just step to this side right here
nice.
and
There you go.
swing for its legs.
Atta boy. Let's cut it down to size. We're like the Bash Brothers. That's a Mighty Ducks reference.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it is. I enjoyed
So
it.
17.
That was for the
17
audience.
definitely hits.
It's for our audience full of Mighty Ducks fans.
Oh yeah, and that
Oh.
23 does as well.
3. Well, I'm just gonna swing 3 times and then do my damage. Is that, or should I do damage for each one?
Well, I think they can react
First.
after doing damage sometimes, maybe. Taking
Okay.
damage.
Then.
It has no reactions that would, so go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Fire away.
Fire away, fire away.
And 16. Was that one hit?
16 does hit.
Hooray!
Yeah.
So give me damage
buddy.
on all 3 of those if you would be so kind.
That's the wrong die, I think.
Dang it!
Yep, and that's the wrong guy as well.
Why am I doing that? There we go. That's better.
Alright, so there's 1, so 12 damage.
Nice.
8 damage,
8
so
damage.
20.
Already bypassed mine.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a.
And 25. So what is a volley of hammer swings from our lad look like?
I think he would swing at the leg closest to Rian as he's running over to
I
this
like it.
corner.
He's just bashing
Then he
it
would-
in the knee.
Then he would hit
Just
the,
clunk, clunk.
then he would hit the other one. And then I guess he would recoil and swing backwards and hit it again.
Oh shit. That's awesome. It reminds me of that Slapshot movie. You guys ever see that?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
2 hockey references, but when the 2 guys go by the opponent's fucking thing, they just hold out their sticks and just smack them all in the head as they go down the thing, and the guy's like, ah, and they like watch him go by, and the other one comes back the other way and does the same thing, smacks them all in the head with the fucking stick. Reminds me of that.
And you just
Ah,
Is that
pretty
12
Oh, it's a shield.
with the shield.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure the shield has a +2 still. Or is it
Let's
a
see, that is a
+1?
12 to hit. Does not connect.
Ooh, but I got bless.
You do
You
have
do.
bless. Oh shit. Nah, I don't think mine would have helped. My other 2 were like really low.
Nah, it only added 1.
Yours were...
Yeah, 1 was an 11.
no, the 11 may have hit, so go ahead, give me that bless.
Okay.
And Krelik, that does connect.
Oh,
As does that, Dane.
Oh, it does. Oh shit.
It's like it is a wild animal with a thick hide, but not...
okay, that's
Armored.
8 damage on the shield.
Alright.
And 5 on my swing.
Just a reminder, Krelik, Tavini did bless his shield this morning
Oh, yes, that's right.
for the +1 bonus attack damage. For the bonus
So
to attack
that's-
and damage.
9 damage with the shield.
Nice. See? When we come together, we whoop some ass.
I love that the shield is a weapon for this character.
Yeah. It's so not normal for this. Like in some games and stuff, like video games, shield bash is a big thing, but like you don't hear about it much in D&D. But he is using it to the umpteenth level.
Yep.
Love it.
Family shield.
Yeah, I think that shield's done
Miri.
more damage than I have the entire game. Okay, Miri's up. Miri has, luckily, my girl has 45 feet of fly, so she's gonna come all the way back here, and she gonna bite this son bitch.
No.
Yep. Attack, bite, attack, normal.
Yeah.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
Slap.
Okay. 4, 3, and a 5. So 12 damage. I love it.
Alrighty. Dreamer, it is your turn.
Since we've kind of split up now, it kind of changes my plan. But I am going to cast Wall of Water.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Create a wall of water on the ground at a point you can see. 30 feet long, 10 foot high, and a foot thick, or a ring wall up to 20 feet in diameter.
And I'm going to do the ring around the moose right now.
Like perfectly around the moose.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, 20 feet in diameter.
That is not how I wanted it. I don't know how.
Here, I can help you.
Let me do it, honey. It's okay.
It's like the DM equivalent of like cutting up your steak.
Yeah.
I don't know how this template works.
Here we go. Does that
Don't
work
worry,
for you?
don't worry.
Yeah.
I got it.
Ooh.
It's okay, guy. You'll be all right.
Guys, stop making fun of him.
No.
You're mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. This is. He knows what he
doesn't
did.
do it on recording, but he is a butt.
Also, I'm sorry if I just ruined what you were gonna do to Beanie.
Let's see.
There's a
Da-da-da-da.
plan in the works.
So the wall space is difficult terrain. Does it do any damage?
No. It is just there right now.
Okay.
I figured it might provide some cover for Rian and Krellick if it tries to swing at them.
Oh yeah, that's smart, because it can't see through them. Any ranged weapon attack that enters the wall space has disadvantage on the roll. Fire is halved. Okay. I'll allow that because it can't see you guys, it would attack at disadvantage until it's out of that wall, which requires
Sweet.
difficult terrain movement.
I'll take it.
So, Tavini, it is now your turn.
Say we haven't seen its big attack yet, so.
Yep.
You can see through this rippling wall of water that rises above the moose. You can still see the tines of its antlers poking out of the top. But through this shimmering wall of water, you could still tell the bulk of the creature is behind it.
Okay. Seeing all of the water just sprout up, Tavini's like, "Hmm." And she's going to do her full movement to go here, so 25 feet all the way up to Rian. And if she can reach Rian's weapon,
Okay?
she's just going to touch the hilt. And her other hand is on her holy symbol, Sacred Flame.
Alright, now because you're attacking a ranged attack through the... Oh no, it's a dex save, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. Does it count as fire, though?
No, it's radiant.
No, it's radiant.
Nice. Perfect.
Alright, so dex save on
Because
Mamusi.
the flame is
14.
sacred, you see.
I get it.
And if it succeeds, it doesn't take any damage.
I lied.
Hooray!
I don't get it. Nice.
Yeah,
Fucking
go ahead, roll the
5.
damage.
It's gonna be max damage real quick.
Damage.
Yep.
Ah, well, half. middle
That's tasty.
of
Yeah.
the road. Middle of the road damage.
Perfect middle of the road. Love it.
But we'll take it.
That doesn't include Bless, does it?
No. Bless doesn't do
No.
damage.
Yeah.
Right?
Unfortunately,
I think it's just
no.
attacks.
No. Attack roll. I think it's everything,
Yeah.
right? Attack roll,
Attack
saves,
roll,
all that
and
fun
saves.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's the Artisan's Blessing that I'm thinking of.
Oh, go. Yeah.
Artisan's Blessing does attack and damage.
Goal. Yeah.
Oh, I got you there.
8
All
damage! Sorry, guys.
Damage.
So, through the shimmering curtain of water rising from the ground and dissipating above as if falling from a waterfall in reverse into the sky, you see a brilliant red gleam around eye level from this moose. 2 pinpoints of red light in that wavering surface. It is going to move 40 feet. So that's 20 there because of the difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
And another 20 there because of the difficult terrain. So there are attacks of opportunities that can occur here.
Yep.
Yep. And it takes my thunder damage.
But are they at disadvantage because of the water wall?
You know, actually, it would probably only move here. So yeah, go ahead, give me that thunder. Oh yeah, the thunder damage was 8, wasn't it?
13.
Yep. 8 then. No, yeah. Was it 13? Oh yeah, it was 2d8. Yeah, that was
Krellick, this thing is going to attack you first with its antlers, then with its hooves.
Goodbye,
Do
my
I
friend.
do I get my attack of opportunity?
No, he.
No,
Oh,
because
no,
it
it stayed in
didn't,
my
it didn't wind
range.
up going outside
Okay.
your range after all, but Reen and Miri do.
Is our attacks at disadvantage because of the
Yes,
water wall?
because you do
Okay.
have difficulty seeing it.
No problem. Oof, that's not gonna do it. 11.
No.
Then Miri, Claw.
You're still blessed.
Oh, yeah?
I am blessed.
You people. Getting
I didn't
blessed
get rid
and
of it.
Never using it.
I know, I always forget.
I'm glad you all remind each other because I'm not going to remind you for you because I forget as well.
Oh, I was highlighted on Krellick accidentally, but yeah, that 3.
Let's
I don't
see,
think
so
that does
that-
it. 14?
14 connects.
Oh, does it? Oh, nice. Sweet.
Yeah,
Nice.
just did a thing.
It's done several things so far.
Yes.
Yeah, Bless has been...
Oh.
Ooh,
MVP.
natty 1
Too
on the
bad
damage.
you pooped
Okay.
on the roll.
Yeah, okay. So 1 on the, 3 on the longsword. Miri did 21 on her roll.
Was that a disadvantage?
Nope.
Oh, it wasn't. You're absolutely correct. My bad.
And then she rolled 3 for her Bless, so just roll a d20 attack.
21
Yeah.
again. That's awesome. And then normal. There we go. Oof. Not
There
great.
we are.
6.
Alright.
Nito
Once
burrito.
it is out of the wall of water, could I drop concentration on it then?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Sploosh.
And the water goes splashing down and sort of washes over your feet and your boots there. And when you see, very quickly, as it disperses, it starts to freeze around the outer edge of this circle where it strikes the snow, turning it into this weird sleet. But in the middle of the circle, it remains a puddle. Like just this very widespread puddle that doesn't begin freezing in the bitter
I
cold.
can shape water. Yes.
It's all coming together.
So, Krellick, you're getting antlers and hooves.
All right.
Oh, it's that new, real good hip hop song that's out there. No.
Nope.
18 hit.
Nope.
His AC is off the chain right now.
Yeah. For level 5, it's ridiculous.
Nope.
No.
10. Alright.
God damn you and your fucking ridiculous. I love you so much for your AC. It is so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
with haste, it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
it's
that
24.
Oh, 24?
24 with haste.
We'll work it out later. Regardless, the moose misses. Felgrin, that is your turn.
pissing this thing off.
Well,
It's nice that it won't hit you, but it'll hit the shit out of me.
yeah. Say if you move, like, over to the left, you might be able to tag it and kind of keep everybody between you and it.
Each square is how many?
It's 10 feet.
Can I even see it?
Yeah. It's got, I would say it has half cover because of the structure here. That is partially behind, but still visible.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't care. I'm still hitting with a chaos bolt. I love
Alright.
I love the spell, and I want to use it.
Give me an attack roll.
Yikes.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I didn't hit it, so I didn't piss it off.
Hey.
Yeah, so where does your Chaos Bolt go instead?
Nowhere? I imagine it just doesn't work. It's like, nah, I don't feel like it.
You go to cast this undulating ball of, oscillating energy, and it goes maybe like 3 feet out from your hand before it does a complete nosedive onto the stonework, and instead of dissipating, it splashes down like a scoop of ice cream and just kind of like splatters and sits there before slowly seeping into the stone.
Just kind of quirks a brow and looks at it. Huh.
It's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Like someone blew a loogie onto the stonework.
Lovely.
That's a new one.
Rian, that is now your turn.
Okay. Let's go round 2 on this bad devil. He's going to slide up in here. He's like, oh, no, you don't. And he comes after it again with his longsword, and he is once again gonna give it a roll. 18 hit.
18 does hit.
Damn straight. And we're gonna booming blade with this bad devil again. Normal. Max damage again. And
Yep.
so that is the 6, and then the 7 and 4 are what's holding it down. So if it tries to move, it gets 11 damage.
Alright.
So, and then comes the next one. Dragon Slayer Longsword. Blap. 21.
You already know it hits.
Yeah. Normal damage. Oh, natty 1. So
Boop.
4 damage on that one. And then following up with the longsword once again. Oh, natty 1. It was bound to happen.
Alright, yeah, as you go to thrust out at this thing, it lowers its head and meets your blade with those antlers. There's this loud clacking as your sword briefly gets tangled up in it, but you manage to pull your arm back and not get impaled by the antlers now pointed towards you.
They weren't joking, they are like daggers.
Happens to the best of us.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright. Since Krellik is proving a very tough target for it, it is going to try and stomp on you with those hooves of its.
Bring it.
Oh no!
What was a
Natty
one?
one! Yeah!
So,
Contagious,
as
dude.
it rears back and goes to stomp down, one of its hooves, some of the ice at the edge of this circle, or some of the water at the edge of the circle has frozen. And as that hoof stomps down, it briefly slips, and it doesn't lose its footing. It doesn't go down, but for a moment it seems too discombobulated to continue its attack on you.
As Krellik notices it attacking Rian, he's gonna swing at it.
Oh yeah!
Sentinel! Yes!
16.
Yep, definitely hits.
Yeah! Thank God this thing doesn't. Nope.
No, I rolled
Oh, you're just doing all.
I rolled damage again, and it keeps rolling attack. There we go.
Yeah, mine did the same thing on that one. I swore I hit the damage button.
11 damage.
Nice.
So.
Alright, and since it is now your turn, if you just want to do your full round of attacks.
You got it,
So we'll
dude.
count that. We'll count that 24 as one of them.
Critical
Yeah,
hit.
he's going.
Fucking done,
Yes.
dude. You might as well just roll this shit out. He's fucking done. And you did not put that fucking Thomas to
Yes,
train.
Yes, I did.
Alright, so all three of those attacks hit and give you the shield as well.
You're
Oh.
Who taught him how to do
You're
that?
gosh dang right he did.
Shield right there.
Somebody come get their dad. Who is this?
Choo choo.
25.
Alright, so all four of your attacks hit. So if you want to roll me damage for 2 of your regular attacks, 1 crit, and then 1 shield.
Jiminy
We'll see where we're at.
Christmas, dude.
You can't stop the pain train.
One
Nope.
normal.
Alright.
Well, we'll do the critical now.
And +1 on the shield.
Yep. So that's,
Yep, so 9 on the shield.
so that's 36.
So, Krellik, as this thing has its head lowered and is focused on Rian, still recovering from almost losing its footing trying to attack him, you start hammering into that massive skull, getting 2 mighty smashes with your hammer into the side of its face. You can feel bone breaking under your warhammer in its cheek, and see now as part of the mouth hangs open and a bit of its tongue lolls out. It rears its head back to avoid your continued assault, which just leaves those, spindly legs open to you again. And as you bash again, you are feeling again that crunch of bone, but it is the slash you do with the edge of your shield that leaves a gash open on its foreleg. And that leg is now trembling as if struggling to keep the mighty weight of this creature upright.
Oh.
It is very badly wounded.
Oh, and he's dead? Holy shit. Oh, man. I thought for sure that was dead right there. Okay. Awesome.
And at the end of your turn, gonna use the second of the legendary actions we've given it
Don't feel bad,
to
Elise.
make
It's
a
mean.
hoof attack against Rian.
Man, this thing's rolling
Man.
out mortally.
Oh, shit.
Rolling
Only
an 11. Okay,
Hey.
does not connect.
It's not his day.
No.
Yeah,
little
we
distracted.
fucking showed up.
Yeah.
Miri, it is now her turn. Your turn.
Okay. Yep, I think Miri is going to, just fly in and harry this thing. Probably right here. Essentially,
Okay.
right next to Papa, but, flapping in the air. She comes in with another big bite attack. And 23.
Yep.
And...
Wow.
Oh!
3
1,
ones.
1, 1. Oh, 3 damage. Oh, my God. Oh.
2d4 plus 1d8.
And I got 3 damage. Oh my God, that's fucking harsh. Okay. Well, that's it.
Yeah, she goes to try and bite it on the opposite cheek from where Krellick has struck, and manages only to nip its ear. You know, like giving it a little bit of a piercing there. And its ears flick in annoyance and sort of like thrust her head off.
Ah, man. That could have been epic.
Sorry.
Get... You did good. Dreamer, finish it off.
Alright, all you, Dreamer.
Oh no.
Oh, nice. We put it in his hands to murder the moose.
Do it.
Do what you do best and accidentally kill something.
Kill him.
I'm going to move over a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to cast Thorn Whip.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Wait, where is it?
He's murdered
Kill
many
him.
things. With
Yeah,
this.
you've cast Thorn Whip. You just need the attack roll if you would, please.
There we go.
That's true. First drew blood on the rat girl,
That's when it tasted
then
blood.
the goblins, then the kobolds.
Rip.
13. Just connects.
Barely. Holy shit.
Here we go. Watch, here comes that max damage.
Bam.
Yes!
Damn.
Double max. Oh,
Bam.
box cars. Fucking box cars. Hells yeah.
Alright.
Call
So,
it from way downtown.
your Thorn Whip lashes out from you and catches this thing in the tines of its antlers and pulls its head down in Krellick's direction. That neck is now stretched out over his head, and it is glaring balefully at you with those red eyes. Still standing defiant, still ready to fight and defend the forest to its death, but looking very weak. Still
God
up.
damn.
But
Damn.
by a thread.
He's got
Doesn't
many,
that- Tavini.
many healths.
Doesn't that pull it?
It's too big.
Oh.
It has
Yeah.
it has nowhere to go. It's gonna
Yeah,
run
plus
right
it would
into the
just
structure
pull it on
here.
top of us. It just crushes Krellick.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about. I was like, right, yeah.
So
it's-
that is now Tavini's
You
turn.
get to witness a Tavini kill.
Yeah, get
Oh,
it, Tavini.
No!
Yay! Get her tiny hands bloody. Hooray!
Taste its blood. Bask in its
They're
flesh.
dark.
Kill the beast and we shall dance around the fire.
Oh my goodness.
Appease the spirits.
Yes.
Shall bathe in
Blood
its
for the
blood,
blood god.
Y'all are sadistic.
in true
Blood
druidic
for the
fashion.
blood goddess, Emery.
Do it.
Just making
Right.
me not want to do it.
You do what you
Don't
want to
worry
do.
don't worry about them. Tavini sees this thing is near death. It is obviously struggling to stand upright. It is very badly wounded. But it still looks as if it is prepared to kill and harm others. What would Tavini do in this situation?
She would say, please stop, please. And if that doesn't get any reaction,
So, using your action to try and
yeah,
convince it to cease.
yeah,
It is a very, very long shot. I'll allow the attempt at disadvantage,
yeah.
and we will
Pretty
see
sure she
from
has a
there.
neg 1 to charisma anyway, but
Nah. I believe in you.
yeah, she doesn't want to kill this protector, basically. Please. No. 4.
4? Yeah.
4.
Your voice catches in your throat a little, and finally, with a great effort, you're able to squeak out, this "please stop." No one really seems to hear you. Dreamer's the closest and most likely to have heard that, though.
She just looks up at Dreamer, and that's her turn.
It is now the moose's turn. And with its chest heaving and those nostrils flaring, its jaw hanging open, there is drool and spittle dripping onto the stones at its feet, giving this bit of steam coming off of it because the body heat of this creature, being as big as it is very high. It's very cold out. And it looks from one threat to another, to Krellick to Rian, both of which it has struggled to hit. And that head turns towards the small dragon on its flank there. And it is going to take a full round of attacks against Miri. So, antlers first. This is 16.
It does.
And a 20, okay.
That hits.
Oh.
Hey! Minimum damage on that one, and so 17 damage.
Yeah, so between antlers and hooves, suddenly Miri, who is hovering up near its head, those antlers come swinging from Krellik's direction into hers, and she's not ready for it, and some of them pierce her wings, and she gives a cry as she sort of pitches to the ground, where it lifts those massive hooves of it and stomps down on one of her wings.
Miri!
That is now Felgren's turn.
Do what you do best, baby.
Magic missiles.
Alright.
Don't fuck around, just...
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thing is gonna
And
die.
you absolutely must kill every motherfucker in the room.
9.
So, 9.
Force.
How do you want to do this?
There it is.
I mean,
Oh, so close.
I don't think he's being real showy. I think he wants this thing to just die. So he just hold his hand out and let them kind of spring from his palm.
Like a
All right.
snapshot. I like it.
And as its attention is turned on Miri, all 3 of those magic missiles hit the side of the face that Krellik is already badly battered. And for a moment, it seems dazed. It doesn't seem to realize where it is as it sways on its feet. And then, Krellik, roll me a 1d4 to see which direction it falls.
Time to get crushed.
3.
1, 2, 3, okay. As it pitches, those left legs crumple and it falls southward.
Okay, good.
And
Oh.
finally, without crushing anyone,
Nah.
lies dead.
Huh, what? Oh, it's my turn? Alright, shh, I got this. Krellik Steelforge here to tell you about this treasure trove online. A little place called rattrapgames.com. Looking for game accessories or even apparel if that strikes ya. Best part is this place isn't gonna try to upsell you on nothing. Keeps it reasonable. So don't mistake and make this place your plan B. Get over here first and look around, and if you use the code SQLR21 at the checkout, you'll save 10% on any purchase on the site. Wait, that gives them 10% off? I can use the code too, right? Right? I'm going to. Remember, rattrapgames.com for your gaming needs with the magic code SQLR21 for 10% off of your purchase. I'll be seeing you on the next episode of Short Quest: The Long Rest.
Oof. Yeah. Rian goes to Miri immediately. Try to help her up and take care of her. Like, oh, baby, you alright? Are you alright?
Yeah, ow. She's like experimentally stretching one of her wings, which looks very, very painful. It's actually got a few holes
Oof.
poked into the sail of it.
Miri, Tavini runs over there. Miri, I'm sorry, And she will cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Oh.
Thank you.
Well, it's done.
Pity.
It's not one I feel great about, but
Didn't exactly give us a choice.
it wasn't in the mood for talking.
So, does he get the feeling that this was Faye?
Let's say, give me a Arcana check.
21.
21. There is certainly something unnatural with this moose. I mean, its sheer proportions, its aggressiveness, the fact that it was able to speak, though in a language none of you, except Dreamer, being able to understand animals, could really comprehend. All of them point to, obviously, some magic at play here. Whether it is distinctly Fae, the Fae do tend to have a preference for the natural world in their magics, so if it were going to be is more likely in their wheelhouse than an arcanist like a wizard or something. So, not able to pin it down exactly, but...
I don't know what the story is with that moose, but I have a feeling there are answers inside.
Aye, that's what I was thinking. This moose came from somewhere. Even if these people have been here, it's not like they're new to the area. If they're all of a sudden, it's just attacking people, then something changed. Something caused this.
I think this is more of a guardian, if anything. I think it wanted to keep us out of there.
Right.
I think the answer to the why of it is in there. Whether it was enchanted or driven mad, I don't know.
With that, I think Rian will start moving towards the entrance. Be like, well, there's only one way to find out.
Alright. Tavini, your spell, as you sort of lay your hands onto Miri's torn wing sail and, reach out to the Father of the Forge, you could feel that heat emanate from you and, sort of pass through your hands. And you see many of the holes that the tines of the antlers had poked into start to seal. And they're not completely healed. There's still like a bit of pinkish flesh going on. Some of the scales are still growing back, but when you're done, Miri flexes that wing experimentally and then headbutts you very lovingly, though it almost takes you from your feet.
Tavini just,
Bongs.
hugs her head.
I'm sorry. I should have. I'm glad you are okay. I was concerned.
There's nothing wrong with trying to find another way.
I agree 100%. That's why we love you, Tavini. She got that big heart all the time.
Alright, so into the breach.
Yeah.
You find yourself entering a large chamber with 3 more of those elven statues, all of them facing eastward. Though, without the wind and the rain to bother them, the features are much more defined than they are outside. You see clustered in small groups, seemingly huddled together, several animals within this space. There are small clusters of rabbits, there are a couple of foxes, some of them even sheltering together. There's a very animalistic smell to this place as you walk in. And from the bit of the chamber that curves off to your right, you could even hear the mewling of a young bear as it sort of cowers between 2 rabbits. All of them currently frozen in fear, as rabbits are wont to do when under the eyes of a predator.
I think Rian puts his swords away and calls for Dreamer. He's like, Dreamer, we got a bunch of little animals in here. They might need some calming down.
And Felgren's gonna speak to one of the foxes.
Nice.
Alrighty. As you kind of look over the chamber, your eyes settle on a small Arctic fox being trailed by an even smaller one, sort of behind its right leg there, hiding in the bushiness of its tail. And at being addressed, it kind of stands upright, as if startled to have been noticed, because it was trying to slink out past you. And it stares at you a moment, and cocks its head to one side, those ears perking forward. I know you.
How's that?
Red skin, tail, horn. Could speak with us.
You've heard of me.
It nods.
What is happening here?
Shelter. Hard to find food. With the big cold.
I think Felgren would kind of quirk his brow and look at one of the rabbits nearby. You are a fox.
As its eyes are drawn to the same rabbit you're looking at, you see it lick its chops.
Yeah. Big guy didn't much appreciate us, having at each other. You were supposed to hunt outside, but...
Hunt human.
And it gives this very, lupine grin.
I'm too small for that. Him, though. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Do you know why?
I think it has something to do with her.
Oral?
As you say the Frost Maiden's name, the fox immediately crouches down and snarls. It sort of starts looking about as if wary of a predator that it doesn't see but it knows is there. And then after a moment kind of corrects itself, sits up, the smaller one behind it still remaining hidden in the bushiness of its tail.
Oh, the druid. Venison.
Here?
Yeah.
I see.
She's,
And it looks very pointedly to the tunnel that leads to the west and curves out of sight to the north.
Ravison won't like if you've, killed one of her friends.
Well, we don't like that she's been killing humans. So I guess it's fair.
You gonna eat those?
Eat what?
And it's eyeballing the foxes, or the rabbits in the corner.
No. But I would wait until we're not here anymore. It might make some of them sad. He just kind of motions to his friends.
The fox reaches up a hind leg and starts scratching one of its ears, seemingly disinterested with the opinions of your friends.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, well, either way, you should probably get out of here.
Where do we go?
Not here? Anywhere. Are you afraid to leave?
Looks thoughtful at that question.
Here's dry, safe. Burrow's a hard sell these days.
Well, stay or leave. It's up to you.
As long as there's rabbits, you know.
Well, if you eat them, there won't be rabbits for long.
As you say that, you hear what sounds like a small, pained scream, which you would vaguely recognize as a rabbit scream, and the snarling of a fox, which may have got a little overeager out of your line of sight.
Oh, sorry, I don't speak for him.
Well, what can you do?
Small hair comes bounding out from around the corner there past you and just books it into the woods to the north.
Run, little one.
Well, we'd best see a druid. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, it's, we were told to look out for you.
I do appreciate it. Run into your kind far too sparsely. It's always a pleasure.
The small fox has an expression of, like, yeah, I agree, you run into me, the magnificent, far too sparsely. And distantly, very, very faintly, you hear to the south of the chamber what sounds like the crunch of bone and like a wet sound. And the fox's head turns in that direction and the ears perk up.
I gotta see a friend about a hare.
Have at it.
And the small fox that had been hiding under its bushy tail joins it as the pair cross the chamber to the south, presumably to join in whatever meal one of their friends has begun in that direction. As soon as the foxes have turned their backs and started heading south through the chamber, another 5 rabbits come bolting out of this building. Past Felgrin, past Dreamer, past Miri, past Avini, just scattering in every direction that they can.
I'm not convinced that this isn't my fault. Felgrin says it out loud.
Be safe, little ones.
But I mean, to be in my defense, it was only a matter of time, right? They're rabbits, they're foxes. One eats the other. But, and more importantly, according to him, there is a druid here. Down that hallway. He points to the west. And apparently, bad druids are becoming a theme. He looks at Dreamer.
That's what I was thinking, same thing. I was gonna look to Dreamer. Be like, Dreamer, what's up with you druids?
Yeah, don't you have
Causing so much damn trouble?
Don't you have like a summit where you talk about not doing bad things?
Yeah, isn't there like a Hippocratic oath or something like that for druids?
I think that's a little too organized for druids.
He makes a fair point. At least in the Feywild, most of them were hermits. I guess that's why they like animals more.
I've never been one for druids. Never met him. The Dreamer was my first. At least that I know of, but... not a lot of druids on the sea.
Well, most druids at least don't like civilization so much. Some just take it too far. Apparently.
Hey, let's go find this druid. Show her what happens when you take it too far.
Goody. Head that way.
Yep. I think Rian's gonna start.
Kind of
Make his
sidestep some rabbits that I'm sure are peeling out of there.
Be like, Miri, on me.
Maybe she wanted a rabbit.
I'll get her all the rabbits she wants when we get back to town.
Rabbits are about her size, as far as prey goes.
Say, she's like our size now, so she could eat a fucking... Well, I guess that'd be about right.
Yeah, for like a snack.
Rian, Krellick, very briefly as you start forward, you feel this wave of lethargy overwhelm you as haste
Ooh.
fails.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so...
And you're just kind of left there
Mm.
reeling for a moment as the adrenaline stops, your heart stops pounding as fast, and it's like a hard crash from having drunk far too much like Four Locos.
Mm.
Oh.
Sorry, I should have warned you. You're gonna feel a little sluggish.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man, I feel like I could take it. Yeah. Oh. What?
Don't do that.
Oh, sorry. What was that? What was that spell? I felt fantastic for, like, during that moose. I felt like it couldn't hit me. I felt like I was on fire.
I don't know. I don't know the names. I'm not a wizard. It's like a pick-me-up. I don't know.
Well,
You want to know the names of things? Ask a wizard.
I don't, I'm still trying to figure all this out. You're supposed to be my teacher, remember? That's why I ask these things.
I found this little baggie behind in a dumpster behind the train station. I wanted you to try it before I did.
I don't know. I wanted you to be better than you are, so I made you that way.
What a
If I
fucking
could
thing to
sneeze,
say.
I would.
All right.
Well, I actually liked it. It was fantastic. I'll use that one more often.
For now, we'll call it Go Fast.
I like that. That's a good name. We'll workshop it a little
Yes,
bit,
we'll
but
work
it's
on
not
it.
bad.
We'll work on it.
Please change the name of your spell to Go Fast.
No, it's gotta be gotta go fast.
Gotta go faster, 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 faster.
So, as you're sort of entering the chamber further, around the base of one of the elven statues to the north, previously huddled up with a bunch of rabbits who have now abandoned it, a small bear cub, easily a month or two old, kind of creeps forward and is eyeballing the entrance, but is also looking very warily at Krellick and Dreamer, as if, lacking the haste of a rabbit to just bolt right past you, it's wary of making a run for it.
Krellick's gonna lower his weapons and give it room.
Dreamer's gonna crouch down, just say hello to it.
As Krellick gives it space and it hugs the wall, slinking towards the entrance, moving slowly, those massively oversized paws, because it's still very young, slowly padding over the stones as if a quick movement will, have Krellick or one of you change your minds. Dreamer, when you crouch down in front of it, it stops and freezes in place, as if it's not there.
Hello.
Oh, look at him.
Hi?
You say this is like a little bear?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's about 2 months old.
so cute.
No.
Where's your mother?
Gone.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Gone?
Gone. And nods slowly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright. I'm gonna go.
Okay. Be safe. Could I give the bear a little hint on how to scrounge for food?
Oh.
Yeah, certainly. I would say that Dreamer has a high. What's your survival?
My survival is +4.
+4. I'd say that's enough to give it at least some basic tips. If you want to give it like, you should be watching for when the rivers thaw and there are salmon in the streams again. Stuff like that. But
Little life tips.
I would warn him.
little tips.
I would warn him that the foxes are hunt hungry at the moment, so avoid them.
As you say that, you hear yet another small crunch of bone.
I
My
think
point.
the moose
And then,
keeping them
very
in check.
briefly, like a scuffle between two of the foxes, sort of snapping at one another.
My point exactly.
Hey. Share.
Be nice.
As soon as it's in the open, the young bear just goes lumbering southward with this very rolling gait. Almost a bit of a gallop as it makes its way much more slowly than the rabbits to the edge of the forest.
Yeah, bears are tough.
So are we exploring the rest of this chamber, or I see Rian wants to head up to where that druid is allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see shit.
That's why I stopped here, was to let everybody catch back up before I decided
Yeah,
to...
I mean, it's the only knowledge Felgren has of the place, so he would be going that way.
So as Tavini's lantern light spills over the walls here within the hillside, it is not rough stone. This place is obviously carved. There are very elegant staircases, elven script etched into the walls, and nothing that stands out as, true language or inscription, more just elegant flowing symbols to decorations.
Just tribal tats all over the wall.
Krellik, you are seeing to the south a pair of goats who seem to have backed themselves into a corner with heads lowered that are sort of tossing their heads, trying to warn you from coming much closer. But behind them appears to be a massive mirror set up against the wall. And Rian and Miri, as you creep forward into the darkness, you find yourselves standing in front of a large stone door, as if to a tomb.
Tavini hurries to catch up.
I think Rian kind of waits at the door for everybody else to make sure everybody's with us before he opens the door, because he assumes we're gonna get some. We're gonna have a little fun in here.
Oh boy.
Krellik's gonna point to the exit for the goats and just kind of follow along.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check for the goats.
Walk over there, you stupid bastards.
Okay. Yeah, if Dreamer shouts that.
Which is goat for do what now?
You hear the clip, clop, 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 clip, clop of their small hooves on the stone as they pull for the entrance.
Got to live.
Yay!
Goats always live in all of our. Well, I guess not the one the dragon got, but
Rian, are you trying the door?
yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
there is no handle upon this door. So your initial instinct is, I'm going to push it,
Mm-hmm.
and you throw your weight against it, because it's stone, it's heavy, it's going to be slow to move, and it doesn't budge.
Yeah.
I think it's locked.
Hey, what's the holdup up there?
Very astute.
I think the door seems to be locked. Push my back into it, and it's not really going anywhere.
Well, if you can't open it.
Didn't one of the inscriptions say unlock the tomb of the half moon?
Huh. That's right. You did say something about that.
Completely forgot. Not much for riddles.
I know. It's almost like there was 2 weeks in between us talking about it and right now.
It feels
Crazy.
like that.
Doesn't it feel like it? It's weird.
You buy a fourth wall.
Yeah.